What are the OSHA Fatal Four? Construction work is essential yet perilous. In New York's dense skyline, 4 kinds of incidents: falls, struck by events, electrocutions and caught in between accidents, cause most construction fatalities. Knowing these hazards is about more than compliance. It empowers workers to protect themselves and gives employers clear guidance on their legal duties. New York's legal framework reflects the seriousness of the risks. The Scaffold Law, Labor Law Section 240, imposes strict liability on employers and property owners for injuries caused by falls from heights. Labor Law Section 241(6) requires adherence to specific safety rules, while Labor Law Section 200 mandates that worksites be kept reasonably safe. Ignoring OSHA safety standards can lead to fines, workers' compensation claims and personal injury lawsuits. Contractors who disregard these rules breach their duty and may be liable for damages. A construction accident attorney can assess whether violations occurred and help injured workers pursue compensation. OSHA's Fatal Four are falls, struck by incidents, electrocutions and caught in between accidents. These categories were identified through extensive research and now guide safety initiatives nationwide. Falls remain the top cause of construction deaths. They often arise from unprotected edges, unsecured scaffolding or missing fall protection systems. Poor training, inadequate guardrails and slippery surfaces heighten the danger. Preventing falls requires a comprehensive program, providing personal protective equipment, maintaining clean work areas and having qualified workers inspect scaffolding and safety gear. In New York, failing to implement these measures can trigger strict liability under the Scaffold Law. Struck by incidents occur when workers are hit by flying, falling, swinging or rolling objects. Tools can be ejected from machines, materials may fall from heights, loads can swing out of control, and vehicles may strike workers. New technologies help. Wearable devices warn when heavy equipment is too close, drones perform remote inspections, automated machinery stops itself if someone enters its path, and tool tethering systems prevent dropped tools from becoming lethal. Employers who adopt these measures show a commitment to safety and reduce their liability. Electrocutions rank among the most lethal construction hazards. Risks include contact with overhead power lines, improper use of extension cords or equipment, lack of ground fault protection, wet conditions and poor lockout/tagout procedures. Mitigation requires training workers to recognize electrical dangers and use equipment rated for the voltage involved, enforcing lockout/tagout protocols and providing proper protective gear. Regular inspections by qualified electricians are essential, and employers who neglect these safeguards can face OSHA penalties and civil liability. A knowledgeable lawyer can help electrocution victims pursue both workers' compensation and third-party claims. Caught in between accidents happen when workers are squeezed or crushed between objects. They can result from trench cave-ins, being pulled into unguarded machinery or being trapped between moving equipment and materials. Prevention focuses on ensuring machines have proper guards, training workers to recognize pinch points, maintaining equipment and following lockout/tagout procedures. Employers who ignore these requirements may be fined and held liable. The consequences of Fatal Four accidents are severe. Victims may suffer traumatic brain injuries, spinal damage, amputations or burns that require long hospital stays and rehabilitation. They often struggle with depression and financial burdens because workers' compensation rarely covers all expenses. A construction accident lawyer can identify negligent contractors, property owners or manufacturers and pursue damages beyond workers' compensation, recovering medical costs, lost wages and compensation for pain and suffering through Labor Law Sections 240 and 241 claims. This assistance helps injured workers focus on healing while an attorney advocates for their rights. Promoting safety is the best defense against the Fatal Four. New York employers should tailor safety protocols to address site-specific hazards, conduct regular toolbox talks and hands-on training, and leverage OSHA resources such as hazard recognition guides and outreach programs. Continuous education demonstrates a commitment to worker well-being and reduces the likelihood of litigation. For guidance on compliance or representation after an accident, consulting an experienced attorney can be invaluable. L Sanchez Law Office, PC, located at 3706 82nd Street No. 304, Jackson Heights, New York, 11372, provides compassionate representation to injured construction workers. If you or a loved one has been hurt on a job site, call 646-701-7990. This law firm understands both OSHA regulations and New York labor laws and is committed to holding negligent parties accountable. Contacting the law firm allows you to concentrate on recovery while a lawyer pursues the compensation you deserve.